Epic. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Yeah, I guess that like the coolest thing about the startup screen, I think, is like that part right there, because the music sounds so like just that beginning part just sounds so ding do 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 do. I guess it's just that like tone of the 8-bit channel. It's like whoa, that like the epicness of the Koji Kondo uh, composition. Yeah, we're back to it, old school. Yeah, after playing the more advanced, Zeldas in the 2020s, and you're kind of like go back to this for the 40th anniversary. Um, Go back to the OG. Yeah. At first, I think a few years back I was trying to play through the whole thing because I still haven't I've never beat this game. So I died before I cry. I'd be triumphantly fight on through the night. When the fight at dawn. Do, do, do. I just made up my own lyrics. Do, 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 do. Yeah, this is the OG. Yeah. So we're gonna do the whole 40th anniversary playthrough of The Legend of Zelda. First came out February 21st, 1986. So here we go. Let's do that. Dun, dun, dun. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. Ooh, ooh. All right. I died before I cried. I'd be triumphantly fight on all through the night. And when the fight, ooh, 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 do, do, bum, 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 bum. Ooh. Okay. Do, 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 do. I love how the enemies on that screen just came like real late. That was awesome. I love how it gave me like false hope that there would just be a clear, but it was like it was not to be so. Dun, dun. Ooh. We have 140 rupees. Yeah, I mean, like Zelda has changed a lot, in 40 years, but it really kind of like the charming part is that it really hasn't changed, and so I think that's like the interesting thing is that the core um, structure of what made the games great, the exploration element is still, and the characters are still very much intact. So on a fundamental level, yeah, they give you a lot of fairies and hearts when you don't even need them. When you're fully stocked up. Like when you need money, it doesn't give you money. Hey, it's like real life. When you need money, it doesn't give you money. Hey, that's like real life. This is good, like life training, huh? There's monsters and there's people that won't give you money, and yeah, that's how real life is. There's monsters and people that won't give you money. That's funny, man. Oh. Well, we know there's monsters in real life, huh? Oh yeah. So, oh, there we go. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ooh, ooh. I think once you enter a place, then they don't sell anything anymore. And I was right. Yeah, it's either it's a one and done. It's not like in the in the later Zelda games when you went into shops, you could continue to buy stuff normally, and but this one's kind of a one and then done on most of the shops. So it the game is very brutal um, at the binary choices, like choose a heart container or get a life vial, and then after that it doesn't let you go back and choose another thing. So that was like getting surrounded by those goblins. It felt like in Star Wars where the stormtroopers come and like ambush you. That's what that felt like just now. Okay. I love like Cyclops spiders. Who doesn't, man? Oh yeah. Oh, he's blocking the entrance. That's gay. Shit. Yeah, of course. Oh man, this guy's kind of fucking up my scenario here. All right, and then he didn't give me shit to begin. Okay. Do 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 do. No, scratch my itchy balls real quick. My hairy balls. I'm gonna scratch my hairy balls. Ooh. Yeah. You know it. Is this the famous one that's the swastika? They decided to put a swastika. So it says upon the game's release, some players unfamiliar with the Hindu or Buddhist manji mistakenly believed that the shape of the dungeon was a reference to the Nazi swastika. This was not an issue in Nintendo's native Japan, where the image is more common, but caused some controversy after it was released in North America. Yeah, this is Is this the first time that yeah, Legend of Zelda was controversial like right out the gate. This was like long. This was like long before the Islamic chants. Yeah, I think that's because the creators of the Legend of Zelda are often very, very liberal in their employment of Earth religions and occultic symbols, and so they're not really that careful. Which is it almost makes it more entertaining that they're not careful with religious symbols or historical symbols and stuff like that. So yeah, it kind of makes it more funny. Yeah, keeping on like. Yeah, I doubt they're ever gonna do like South Park and try to depict Muhammad though. So they don't want to get killed, you know, right? So. Yeah, they're never gonna go. This is Muhammad. They're never gonna create a character called Muhammad. This is this is our new character, Muhammad the Prophet. Oh man, yeah, that would be the terrorists and Islamic fundamentalist jihadis would go crazy if that ever happened. Yeah, I guess the creators of South Park were really must have been like walking on. They must have had really bad, really intense security details for themselves and their families after they did that. The depiction of Muhammad, the Prophet of Islam. Yeah. I think Islamic jihadis they really like getting into America to do like some sort of hit is a lot more challenging, especially if you have people like Matt Stone and Trey Parker that have like big security teams and security details and stuff like that. So yeah, the logistics isn't that's why mostly like Islamic jihadi they mostly for the most part unless they're like super rich like Osama bin Laden was. Uh-oh. I forgot how to do these dudes. Oh, from the side. Oh, these are shit. Oh man, I can tell I hate these guys already. So, oh, okay. It's only from the back. Shit. Well, that makes it a tough ass enemy then. I still haven't bought any arrows. Nope. Shit. Okay, so basically, there we go. Well, at least if you defeat one, they give you a lot of booty. Ooh, booty. Oh, there's this trick where you can like hide, where you can. Yeah, now I remember. It's been a while since I've done that. Played this, so. But I think eventually with photographic eidetic memory, the memories come back, like just because you're exposed to the stimuli from before, uh, the uh, the situation from before. Yeah, this kind of like as I was saying, like this game is a lot like Pac-Man. Oh shit! Yeah. My trick isn't working because they're not really following what I want them to do. The dart nuts. Uh, oh yeah, they do like really quick turns towards you. It's like, oh shit. It's like dealing with like unpredictable people or something. Like somebody's so crazy you have no idea what they're gonna do. Similar to that. Oh, I hate those dudes. Oh yeah, the most annoying characters are the characters that don't die. I guess that goes for real life too. No, there's no time for existentialism. Uh, it's kind of bad that I don't have arrows because it's a lot easier to fight this dude. Yeah, I'm going. Ah, shit. Get me out of here. Yeah, this is what they call the dungeon, or sometimes I would just call it the labyrinth. It's the 40th anniversary of Labyrinth too, where the world got to see the beauty of the model and goddess Jennifer Connelly. Wow. Where people first got to behold uh, the gorgeosity of Jennifer Connelly. It it's so weird this level because the like fighting these jelly things are a lot easier than it is fighting those dark nuts. So it's like the difficulty of this um, dungeon, I guess, varies a lot. Kind of. Can you imagine like somebody like rapping on this, like rapping on this theme, like with the right beat. Oh, those are my least favorite enemies. The enemies that don't die. And I'm not gonna, for a joke, say it like in real life again, but oh yeah, this is like the hell, huh? Yeah, this is like the get me out of here. Okay, got the compass, but we're gonna need more health than this to get out of this bad boy. To get out of this swastika or manji, is that what they call it? From Hindu Buddhism or Hindu. I heard the symbol was originally from Hindu, so and then Hitler just corrupted it into his symbol. Manji in Hindu, right? It's like the manji symbol. Yeah. It means good fortune and prosperity in the Buddhist footprints. Oh, okay. It is widely used in Japan to mark temple locations on maps, in art, and as decorative motifs. Okay. So basically, the symbol means health, luck, and prosperity. And maybe people thought that's what it meant at first. Maybe they were like, maybe when the Nazi Party rose to power, maybe the German people were like, "Hey, it's cool. It means like, look, it means health, love, and prosperity. What's wrong with that?" This is just kind of like impossible without arrows. Is it impossible? No, you can take Tiger Mountain by strategy. Yeah, isolate the problem like a math. Uh oh. When there's two, run or more. Yeah, this is crazy. Yeah, I was use the save states to get through this nightmare of the wing nut or the dart nut or whatever they call. They'd be bringing that booty, bringing that cash flow. Oh yeah, why did the Axis powers lose World War II? Um, really just, I think, I want to say because I think the world underestimated Stalin and the Red Army. They underestimated the Soviet Union at the time. That's basically what happened. So yeah, it's so many Axis power nations didn't really deal with Russia decisively. They didn't think, you know, they underestimated the strength of Russia and the Russian resolve to save their homeland. So it's like kind of dumb. It's like a invading power trying to take over the United States. It's going to be a bloody disaster. I mean, Hitler could have done it, and the Italians and Japan, but they didn't really have a plan. It wasn't coherent, so it wasn't structured and well organized to win. Is basically the deal. And plus, the disaster of uh, Hitler um, losing 6 million, fighting men and women, or at least fighting men, the Jews, and so yeah, I mean that's basically exterminating the Jews. That's 6 million less fighters, and so who knows? I mean, yeah. So I think the Japanese, if they were really, allies with Hitler and Mussolini, I think if they were going to um, actually conquer the world, they should have taken it more seriously. Oh, yeah, this is the nightmare of nightmares. Just run in there real quick. Yeah, get that raft. Mm. Da-na-na-na-na-na. Do-do-do-do. Yeah, so the problems for the Axis powers were Jewish liquidation, the lack of development of a nuclear program, um, underestimation of Stalin, the Red Army, and well, I would say the Axis powers really underestimated the all the communist countries. Really, it's just a big. So underestimation of countries that are communist and massive, like China and Russia. So also, if you look at the attack plan for Stalingrad, and it's kind of like the classic case of not of like when leaders choose to put pride over strategy. That's when it all went downhill. So instead of both men really, Stalin and Hitler, saying, "Hey, Stalingrad, it's not worth losing millions of people for," and Like, let's have a strategy that could actually win, or at least Hitler. Yeah, I know this is like retarded, but fighting all these dark nuts, but I really need some life force though. Oh shit. I could just blow this joint. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. That dude. Bogus. I love when the game when there's too many characters on the screen and it starts to slow down because of the frame rate. That's charming. Okay. I love this like stretch because it has like the classic Super Mario Brothers blocks, but it also reminds me of this one uh, palace, and it's like the first palace in the Dark World in Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. So, oh man, Boomerangatang. Oh, classic block moves. Nice. Did you get the sword from the old man on top of the waterfall? Oh, my bad, dude. I didn't mean to attack. I always mean not to attack him, and then I hit the attack button. Do 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 do. Well, there's no way I'm gonna like attack all these bad guys with like I'm gonna defeat the boss without some arrows. So and a full health bar. So I'm gonna go. I need to go farm that up. Oh fudge! Did you find the purple hair weed from the dealer I told you about? Did you find the purple hair ganja? All right. Oh God. It's like I'm getting attacked by Hershey's or some chocolate drops or something. Poo poo. Doo doo. Mm. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Like in the original Zelda, the about to die sounds like the life support at a hospital or something. Uh, yeah, where's the fairies now? I need one. Nowhere to be found. What a bunch of horse pee. Mm. The legend of bad item spawns. Mm-mm. The legend of bullshit spawns. Oh, oh, that's what I hate about fucking. Do do do. Yeah, didn't need some rupees really. Zelda. Yeah, do I think? I mean, I don't think that the current Russian Federation has the same kind of patriotism, the same kind of love of country and their countrymen as much, and the also the fear of their authoritarian leader, Stalin. I don't think that modern Russia has that same spirit. So I'm not saying a foreign power could conquer Russia today and succeed where Napoleon and Hitler had failed in the conquest of Russia. But I definitely don't think that the Russian military is a formidable, frightening adversary as it was in World War II. Oh, there's the ferry. Yes, that's exactly what I needed. Okay. Yay! Found that fairy fountain, so we're good. We're back. Like, so in the Russia of the past, under um, fear of death and under penalty of death, um, Russian people would fight to the bitter end to defend their country, and whether they were under the gun of Stalin or not. So now what you see is like is a lot of Russian people leaving under the U.S. and Western sanctions after the invasion of the Ukraine. So what you see is a very diminished and weakened patriotism. So I mean, oh yes, there's plenty of like old school Russian, YouTubers and vloggers that are like uh, super uber patriotic about the Russian identity and culture and language and everything. But even some of those like really super uber Russian people, they love to go to like Western style bars and they still like to uh, enjoy Western culture. Um, so it's kind of like it's kind of interesting when a supposedly very, very, very uh, super patriotic USSR loving uh, Russian Federation vlogger when they when they go to a British bar and pub in Russia and they're like, I love it, and they like listen to Beatles and stuff. It is pretty fascinating. So what you see now is a lot of Russian people, trying to flee Russia, and they're just like, we like there's too many sanctions. We need to get the fuck out of here and move to Europe or the United States, or at least move to Europe. I guess they've been all banned from the United States, right? That's part of the sanctions is less Russian foreigners in America. Shit. He came straight up on my heart. Yeah. Yeah, I heard a second carrier group, strike group from the United States Navy is going into the Persian Gulf there. So I don't know. I mean, they have all those forces right there, all those naval and air forces. It seems like I don't know. I'm not a military expert, but it looks to me like the United States is about to bomb the dookie out of Iran. Yeah. Yeah, the song by the Flock of Seagulls is becoming popular again, and because it says Iran in it. Yeah. Oh, shit. Yeah. Since I don't have any arrows. uh, I died. All right, we're gonna need the arrows for this enemy, so might as well get out of here. So I think Russian patriotism is, weakened by an authoritarian leader, um, Western sanctions, um, the loss of a million or so men in the Russian-Ukrainian war, decreased morale, decreased, lives, obviously, uh, increased propaganda, increased authoritarian control from Vladimir Putin, and so on. So, yeah, I think it's kind of a people that's very defeated and they're not as patriotic about their own country. And in fact, many younger people are fleeing Russia en masse. So it's just not. It's definitely not the same country that it was under the Soviet Union or Stalin 80 years ago, for sure. China faces similar problems with its people, getting more and more restless with their situation under communism. So not enough to revolt or overthrow their entire system of government, but enough to cause riots and disruptions in their society. Iran itself looks, the Islamic Republic of Iran seems to be ready to fall. So I'm not going to be surprised with all those carrier battle strike groups and Air Force and naval assets in the Persian Gulf. I'm not really going to be surprised when I wake up one day and hear about strikes from Trump wiping out the Islamic regime, so and the Ayatollah, etc. He does look like he's just an old fart trying to cling to power. Ayatollah Khomeini, kind of try to be a geriatric, uh, a totalitarian leader, theocratic leader. So so if you're going to try to take over the world, okay, what's first? Develop the most devastating weapon known to mankind and have it ready to launch to your enemies. Number two, don't kill the Jews. Number three, don't underestimate communist, authoritarian, totalitarian states like Russia or China. So, are those the keys to conquering the world? Uh, yeah, I guess you have to have pretty good manufacturing, a strong patriotism in your country, or your collection of countries in your civilization. Keys to conquering the earth. Keys to conquering. Keys to conquering human civilization. Oh man. Keys to Earth conquest in the 2020s, in the 21st century. Keys to global conquest. I love it. Okay, we need to go on a quest though. We really can't beat this boss of the manji, of the sign of prosperity and good luck from Hinduism, from Hindu gods. Ooh. Ooh. I die before I cry. I'd be triumphantly fight on through the night. Win the fight, or yeah, or whatever the lyrics I wrote. Ooh. Yeah, my Iran gets bombed away. Um, it was I didn't use AI, and I didn't use um, I used clips, and then I just sang karaoke. And someone out there did a Trump parody. Iran gets bombed away. I don't know if they saw my video and were like, I could do better than that, and they used AI, or if they just thought of it themselves, because it's not like if you're a parody or YouTube or social media, or you're a wannabe content creator. Let's say you're a wannabe, like you're dreaming of being that. Um, if you aspire to be that, right? Then doesn't really it doesn't really take like too much of an intellectual leap to put two and two together, to put flock of seagulls, Iran, and then you know uh, and then make an AI video of Donald Trump singing in a rock band, it with silly 80s haircuts and style, and talking about and have the lyrics just all just about taking down the Iranian regime. So yeah, but it doesn't matter ultimately. It's not like somebody gets richer than the other person, you know, unless your parody with your AI technology gets a lot of hits and views, and you get a lot of people donating to your Patreon, or whatever. So I mean, unless your channel grows a lot, then it doesn't really matter. Um, and I guess for a parody, sometimes it doesn't have great longevity, um, because if you base your content on current events, then the likelihood that it's going to like stand the test of time, and stuff like that is probably you know sometimes is diminished, I would say. So I don't think that parodies are fruitless endeavors, though. I do plenty of them. So I do plenty of comedy stuff. So the difference is often the difference between people's thoughts and actions are generally in their approach, to what we're doing. So that's what often differs, is the approach. So people approach things differently, just like people just how people react to things differently as well. So that's why I don't really make parodies. I don't really put my best ideas out there, um, because they could easily be copied or imitated or stolen. So like somebody could just be intellectually dishonest or lazy, and so if I had a rough sketch of an idea, then maybe somebody could steal my idea and make a fortune and like just do it with AI and just be lazy about it, you know. So, but at the end of the day, only the flock of seagulls and the record company own Iran so far away. So that's just the reality of that situation. So it's basically that I would have to create my own IP for me to retain all rights to it, you know. So it can't be like a Weird Al Yankovic's parody or anything. Or for me, since I'm one of my names is Alan, I would be. I thought about creating the character Weird Alan, but I was like, well, that's a little bit too on the nose. So I felt like it was a little bit too on the nose, on the cheek. So I wanted to come up with something more original than that. Just one day after my Dream Wheeler, which is an ode to Gary Wright and Dream Weaver song, I I needed a new channel name. I could just start over, but I was like, well, I got my channel taken down because I tried to do a War Games 40th anniversary tribute or something, and then there was of course like COVID. I got a lot of takedowns for COVID and talking about the 2020 election candidly and truthfully. So um, okay, I'm officially lost in this motherfucker. So I need to find out where I'm at. Mm-hmm. Okay. So where the fudge am I at, dude? The problems with these maps is like it's only a slice of the map, so I'm like, if there was, it would be very helpful, which they do in later Zeldas, to put a whole map. But since it's just slices, I'm like wandering around like silly. Yeah. Okay. So I'm near a body of water, and okay, I'm near a body of water. Let me see if it goes up to. All right. Okay, it goes to. Let me see if I can. All right. I think we're on the way now. Are we? Are we just getting lost? Shit. Okay, there's the other thing. No, I need to be on the other side of this. I think. Yeah. I need to cross the desert. Yeah, I need to go like way up here. Do, 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 do. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh, sexy butts. Oh, sexy butts. Take me to Pizza Hut. Pizza Hut. Sexy butts. Take me to Pizza Hut. Let's go to Pizza Hut. Yeah, that I guess James Vanderberg. Yeah, like I'm almost 46, so that guy dying of colon cancer at like 48. Yeah, that's a real concern there. Yeah, anal cancer. Colon in the butthole. It's not. Oh yeah. Yeah, some guy was like trying to argue with me. Who was like, "You can't call it butthole cancer," and I was like, "You can't call stuff titty cancer," and I was like, "Well, that's what it is, right?" You know, I'm not trying to be vulgar for no reason, but I'm just saying like it is what it is. But James Vanderbeek Burke or whatever, he had 6 children, a beautiful wife, a really successful career, and yeah, I don't know. Life is kind of an opportunistic thing. You have to get it. You have to get it while you can, and so that's really. I think life has always been kind of a grab the bull by the horns kind of deal, and it's kind of a bittersweet deal because you have to die. But there we go. I think we're here to the where I need to get the arrows. Man, this looks really crisp. I mean, for an old 8-bit game, I guess if I was playing this on a 8-bit system, it would look kind of maybe it look a little faded. It would look a little choppy, but this is pretty crisp actually. Buy something, will ya? I love that. So I came up with my solution to how gas stations they run out of 40-ounce beers sometimes because there's a holiday and people buy them all. Why don't they just have like a entire store dedicated to 40-ounce beers? They just call it like Fody. Welcome to Fody with your Fody needs. Welcome to Fody. Welcome to the Fody stove. The Fody stove. We got Oldie. We got Mickey's. We got that Wheeler's Steel Reserve. We got all the legends, baby. Fody stove. Fody stove. Fody stove. Fody stove. Oh, do you have to get? Do I have to like get a candle to burn a bush for this one? Or is this just like? Or do I bomb this one? I might need to. What should do here? So now we have the bow and the arrow. Nah, this isn't a push or a. Yeah, I think you need the candle for that one. Yeah. Oh yeah, I die before I cry. I be triumphantly fight on through the night and win the fight. Do Zelda. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, I just call it the Zelda song. That's what it is. It's actually called the Zelda the Overworld theme. Yeah. This is pretty Zelda'd out right here. This will help the Zeldaddies. Zeldaddy. What if they did have like a channel, like a YouTuber that was called Zeldaddy? And he just played like so Dreamwheeler was done, and because of all the censorship for COVID and Joe Biden, I think one Mario Kart stream I just mentioned Joe Biden because the characters were uh, pretending like the battle of Trump and Biden was like I don't know, Salieri and Mozart, Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. Yeah, and so people were characterizing it as this like epic, you know. Even I think since it was two men, they were characterizing the battle as like, you know, one of the greatest adversarial rivalries in history and all that. But you can tell who won because one guy needed a Chinese virus, a Chinese global plague, pandemic, COVID-19, SARS-CoV-2 coronavirus, and the other man, Donald Trump, didn't need that to win. So that's how you can tell who really won, because you have a one-term president and then you have a two-term president. So we could definitely see who the real winner of this rivalry is and was. So I mentioned I started talking about Joe Biden and Trump because on Mario Kart somebody had made their me Trump, and then another guy had made Biden in the race. And so, you know, I probably started talking about the election, and then they actually had like an algorithm, like some, or they had people, you know, watching YouTube videos and streams to make sure that you weren't talking about the 2020 election. I mean, they actually had, you know, people making sure you weren't talking about important things, and they actually had information controllers. And so they were very eager on YouTube, Google Alphabet to um, slap your video with um, misinformation, disinformation, you know, whatever they could to pull your video down. And so, yeah, when I was just commenting on uh, something, I got stuck in the Lost Woods already. Damn. Oh, okay. Dun, 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 dun. Ooh, ooh, ooh. We're gonna have to get that ferry hook up again. Yeah, you have to if you want to defeat the whole game, don't. So you were getting like channel warnings and channel strikes for even just talking about Biden, just really ridiculous. Like either the algorithm was giving you warnings and strikes, or it was like, you know, Google Alphabet employees, but it was ridiculous. Well, you can tell when an election is going to be stolen in the U.S. It's then you'll see it like a crackdown on free speech. Yeah. So that's how the American public will know next time that an election is getting rigged or stolen, is if their free speech starts to get eroded online. Um, But yeah, I think the American public and voters will be ready for that next time, though. So it's less about American voters and citizens becoming cynics. It's or pessimistic or cynical about the political process. It's more that now people are wise to what powerful organizations and institutions would unite to take away personal freedoms and liberties of the average citizen, the average man and woman and child in our country. So you know, whether it's in government or the private sector. Dun, dun. Yeah. I think it's better to know the ugly or the dark truth than it is to. Um, I think it's better to be wise and enlightened than to not to just be oblivious to what's going on. So yeah, so being wise is better than being naive in usually almost all situations. Take that, Hershey's. Take that, Hershey Kisses. Oh, it's all yeah. It's almost Valentine's. Speaking of which, Hershey's Kisses. Oh yeah, we're gonna have Valence storms. Yeah, it's gonna be a wild one. I'm sure a lot of Valentiners will be having their dinners or romantic experiences on. Well, isn't that the Rock and the Hard Place of this weekend? It's they either okay if they go out on Friday the 13th, then they're kind of like spooked out, you know. Yeah, isn't it, that's the Rock and the Hard Place, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah. So if people are too spooky about Friday the 13th, then they won't go out to have their dinners, their Valentine's. Hey, Chula, I love you. You look so pretty. You come and lay down. Okay. You come lay down. Aw, I love you. Yeah, I'm gonna go to the groomer tomorrow. Mhm. You're gonna get a bath and everything. Yeah, y'all gonna get a trim, bath. Y'all gonna feel wonderful. Yeah. I love you, Chula. Oh, do you trust you? Okay. You have a monkey toy right there. Yeah. You got your monkey toy. Okay. Oh, uh oh. Too lady. Too lady. Yeah. These guys are usually knocking me around. Feels good to knock them around a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, they had that bare naked lady song. It was like it's all been done, and I think one of the lines is "screw the raspberry iced tea," which is funny because I love raspberry iced tea. So, but I'm definitely gonna screw the blue raspberry twisted tea since they're out of my 40s because the Super Bowl wiped out the 40s. The super beer wiped out the 40s, or well, I helped wipe out the 40s. Yeah. So I got like three of them. Yeah. So ironically, I wiped out my own stash, which is it is what it is. But yeah. So I think with the level of storms, we may not have a Valentine's Day. So it. I mean, I still might do it, but I got to be careful because the storm's going to be the thunderstorms are going to be pretty relentless to the 80 to the 90% level. It's probably going to knock out the power, so I'm not going to be able to stream. I don't think. Um, maybe at the beginning of the day, but maybe by the night I won't be able to. Hopefully there won't be a lot of tornadoes and shit to rip up the neighborhood. Yeah, some tornadoes got dangerously close to dangerously close. Actually, last year's tornadoes they um, they ripped up a lot of neighborhoods around here. So actually, mostly people got lucky. So it's just tornadoes that ripped up. You know that they saw the tornadoes, but um, it just blew some roofs off some houses. Yeah, it messed up the vegetation. Uh, like twisted some trees. Took down some buildings, but nobody was hurt. So we got pretty lucky on that one. Oh yeah, I need my bow and arrow too, huh? Yeah, there you go. Mhm. There you go. Yeah. So hopefully we won't have some really crazy tornadoes, but I'll keep the news on to the weather when the shit hits the fan to get, and I'll get prepared before. So da, 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 da. Yeah. So I have a plan for tomorrow and the next day, and for the weekend, and so I got all my plans. But I don't know if I'll be able to do Valentine's. Have some ice cold beer. So we'll see. Oh, it's about to be Abraham Lincoln's um, birthday on February 12th. Yeah. And then after that, George Washington's birthday. And today was the birthday of Jim McIngvale, uh, who is Mattress Mac of Houston of Gallery Furniture fame. And so he's already had a lot of heart problems. And so, but he got those fixed. And he has plenty of money. He just doesn't really have much time, like a lot of people. Well, I mean, I'm sorry, few people have so much money, but everybody has little time. So let me put it that way. All right, but happy 75th birthday to Jim McIngvale. Um, he seems to really enjoy the limelight. He's been doing commercials since I think the 1980s. And yeah, for at least 40 years or so. I remember ever since a kid, he's used to do these commercials. We save you money. He's still doing commercials at 75. But I remember when I was a kid seeing his first commercials, he'd say, "Gallery Furniture, save you money." He's that guy that would be parodied a lot in the 1980s, like the salesman would get parodied, especially like a furniture salesman or like a you know some kind of just local salesman of some good or service. And if they were really like made a whole bunch of commercials and I guess like a good example of a parody of like a Mattress Mac type character would be in Raising Arizona. And so so Jim McIngvale, Mattress Mac, is like the embodiment of this caricature of a salesman that always has his commercials and married man with a big family and uh, has a lot of money. You know, that's is very successful, hardworking. He's like the American dream come to life, basically, but like almost in a cartoonish form, though. So he has a pretty thick hillbilly accent. He's from, I think, Alabama or somewhere. He has a thick redneck accent, and besides being a furniture salesman and spokesman for Gallery Furniture, I think he could have been an auctioneer because he has that fast talking voice, like nah. Take a one on two, 100 on two, 200, 300, $400. He has that particular voice that's like that. And so, I'm in the fucking Lost Woods now, dude. No, thank you, not right now. They should have just called this game The Legend of the Bushes or something. Just like bushes everywhere. The Legend of the Bush. Do. Okay. Oh, got a fairy. Get it, get it, get it. Okay, great. Mm. Do, do, do. Oh, lady. Da, da, da. so I was so after Dream Wheeler was canceled because the big tech censorship on X. I mean, I'm sorry, on Twitter before it was Twitter X, and the censorship on Facebook before it was Meta, and the censorship on YouTube, Google Alphabet was so intense, but only around important subjects like the 2020 election, climate change, and all the other liberal global world order, talking points and agendas. And of course, COVID-19. They didn't want people discussing the origin of COVID-19 for some strange reason. What? Oh, okay, you get Big Shield if you get 160. Okay, then you get Big Shield. Big Shield. So the censorship was really bad during most of the 2020 year. So that's how the Dreamwheeler channel went down. And then so I didn't really feel like recreating Dreamwheeler channel just like right then because I was really pissed that, you know, because I had thought that the First Amendment of the Constitution protected freedom of speech in the United States, but I was kind of wrong because um, the way that the government gets around that is that they say that private corporations can set their speech parameters, and so they can control the language, they can control the thought, because corporations are private entities, and so therefore they can be managed and controlled. And the First Amendment does not, and freedom of expression does not apply because it's a private company, corporation. So that's the way Joe Biden and Kamala Harris and the Democrats could um, get away with the massive election steal of 2020 and suppression of freedom of speech. So that's how they got away with it, by using big tech companies uh, as proxies. Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. So that's how they were able to cut out the tongue of American voters and citizens, and the minds, really. Because if you cut out the tongue, you cut out if you cut out the language, if you cut out the speech, you cut out the thoughts. Um, so yeah, I got enough bombs, got the arrows. Well, his big shield's a little bigger, huh? I mean, I'm sorry, the price is smaller. Instead of 160, it's 130. You got a bargain big shield. And then one day it just hit me. It's like, what should my new channel be called? And then I thought, like, well, phenomenon. For some reason, I thought of phenomenon. I don't. I use my mind as an encyclopedia. I don't really use an encyclopedia too much. So, although I have encyclopedias and I have thesauruses and stuff like that, I use my mind as a computer. So that's how I use it. I use my own mind as a idea laboratory. So, and AI and computers are just tools for reference. to try to get facts straight, if facts are allowed, depending on what elections are coming up, I guess. But unfortunately, I think a lot of politicians um, and certain people are not interested in the integrity of information or the factual correctness of truth. I think they're more interested in how do I win, and that's the overriding principle, which it shouldn't be, but truth should be the highest principle. But not everybody feels that way, obviously. So some people, they don't care about the objective truth or the integrity of facts. They only care about power. So if people can lie using the AI or using the state propaganda media, then they'll just do that if they can get away with that. So at some point, uh, people, oh, I forgot how to do that one, huh? Is it like, oh, I thought if you had the raft, you could cross over. Oh, maybe I need something else. Like, oh, I'm sorry, they have the raft. What I need is called, I think it's called the ladder. Yeah. All right, we're almost to President Abraham Lincoln's birthday. So, oh, yeah. Uh oh. We do. Oh, that's the old school. Do, 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 do. Okay, I think we heard that. I don't know if I'm even strong enough to take on this dungeon labyrinth, but 40th anniversary of The Legend of Zelda, which came out February 21st, 1986. And so we're going to do the entire playthrough. God bless, best of success, and catch you on Lincoln's birthday. No, we're not going to be doing any Abraham drinking. It was like somebody was drunk, and I brought up Abraham Lincoln. I said Abraham drinking, and they went, and while they were wasted, they said they just repeated it. It was like Abraham drinking. Yeah, it's always funny if I'm if somebody's drunk and I say something like a silly like a pun like that, and then someone repeats it. But Abraham drinking was one of the funnier ones, I think. So to me, anyway. And for somebody to be drunk and repeat it back makes it funnier to me. So